Welcome everyone, it's Gray Shirt Guy again, rocking the Gray Shirt as always. So we got a little bit of cat travel going on. We got Arahbo, Roar of the World, I might have pronounced that wrong. Legendary creature cat avatar, Eminence. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if this creature is in the command zone or on the battlefield, another target cat you control gets +3/+3 until end of turn. Pretty spicy. Whenever another cat you control attacks, you may pay colorless, green, and a white. If you do, it gains trample, gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is its power. So basically, it'll double one cat before combat, and it gives it trample, and it's pretty sweet. So this is a Selesnya, I believe is Selesnya cat tribal deck with a little bit of equipment matters kind of sub theme in there. So yeah, let's just get into it. So we got ourselves 36 lands. We got just basically like a good collage of forest and plains. I like to use the snow-covered forest and the snow-covered plains. Not very specific to any strategy. I'm not using the the one enchantment that does that. That's more for like a what is that enchantment? It's the lens, extraplanar lens. I'm not using extraplanar lens in this deck. I just decided to use these Savannah, Rogue's Passage, things like that. Obviously, Path of Ancestry is really useful. It's a little pricey, but once again, as with all these new deck techs, the link to MTGO Traders is in the description below. So check it out, modify it as you will. Get your singles from there. That's where I get them from. Not sponsored, but I just really like their service. Let's get into the rest of the cards. We got Condemned. Condemned, I'm really liking Condemn. Or Condemned? Condemn? Yeah, I'm really liking it. It's really good. Put target attacking creature in the bottom of its opponent's library. Its controller gains life equal to its toughness. It's awesome when your opponent's like, I'm coming in for the kill. And you're like, nah, never mind. Then we're going for Path of Exile, Swords Plowshare combo. Trying to get a lot of single target removal going quickly. Bloodforged Battle Axe, which can get overwhelming. It can get really degenerate really quickly. Skull Clamp, because there are some 1/1s in here. There are a couple 1/1 tokens in here that we can utilize the Skull Clamp, to try to get card draw. Apologies. Soul Ring, Adorned Pouncer. I love Adorned Pouncer. Leona Arbiter. Players can't search libraries. Any player may pay 2 for that player to ignore this effect. I don't think there's a lot of library searching going on in the deck, but there is a little bit. So this could affect our play strategy, but or cannot. We'll just go with it. We got Leonin Shikari. You can activate equipment abilities anytime it casts an instance. Basically, gives equipment flash. Oreska's Explorer. When it enters battlefield, search your library for up to X planes card, where X is the number of players who control more lands than you. So if you're playing a multiplayer game, it could be up to 3 lands if they all have more land than you. Which you definitely need this if that's the case. We got the Relic Warder. When it enters the battlefield, you may exile target artifact or enchantment. When it leaves the battlefield, return those exiled cards under its own control. So it's good for like a lockout effect. Heroic Intervention, because it's in a green deck. Hungry Links, because we get a cat. Cats you control have protection from rats. The beginning of your end step, target opponent creates a 1/1 black rat creature token with Death Touch. Whenever a rat dies, put a 1/1 counter on each cat you control. So it is a little interesting on how you use this. So it's basically you're giving your opponents creatures, but at the same time, all of your creatures have protection from their creatures, so they're less likely to attack you. And if they do attack you and you kill it, then all your cards get bigger, so they're more likely going to use those rats against other people. And since they have all your cats have protection from rats, basically they can't block them. So Hungry Links is interesting. It could go against you in certain aspects, but most of the time it helps you out. Fleecebane Lion, because it's just pretty good from Theros. No problems here. We got the Pilgrimage. You can sacrifice it, destroy target artifact enchantment, and it's exalted, so not bad there. Hero's Blade. Equipment gets +3, or equipped creature gets +3/+2. Whenever a legendary creature enters the battlefield under control, you may attach it. So you don't have to pay the equip cost. That's nice. And it's a May trigger. So we got the Signet, Swiftfoot Boots, because we're giving them Hexproof and Haste, because there are a lot of equipments in this deck. That's why I went with Swiftfoot Boots instead of the other one, Lightning Greaves. Sword of the Animus. I love Sword of the Animus, especially for when you're low on trying to get certain lands. Harsh Mercy is good for most tribal decks if you're playing with white. Stalk on Leonin. When it enters battlefield, secretly choose an opponent to reveal the player you chose. Exile target creature that's attacking you if the controller is the chosen player. So you can only do it once. So if you're playing a 4-player game, just pick one of the players that you think is the biggest threat, and they'll find out. Johnny, Collar Pride. So it's pretty good at Johnny. I wish I had this in actual paper, but I haven't bought any M14. So maybe I might at some point buy some M14. Brimaz is just awesome overall. Kemba, Cause Regent. Just really like this card. But you can create a 2/2 for each equipment attached to it. So throw a bunch of equipment on the Kemba, get to go. Got the Cultivate, get some lands. Nissa's Pilgrimage also gets more lands. Pride Sovereign. Pride Sovereign is awesome. If you can untap it, I don't know if there's any untap shenanigans in here, but if you can untap it, actually I don't think there's any, but there might be. Yeah, Prowling Shepherd is just good for getting more cats on the field. Prowling Shepherd Pod, it's a cat, it's a snake, it's a cat snake. Behemoth Sledge. I'm saying that wrong. Apologies. So equipment gets +2/+2 lifelink, trample, and lifelink. Not bad. Miri, Weatherlight Duelist. I like the Miri. Like throughout Miri, it's pretty good. No problems there. Forebear's Blade. Forebear's Blade is also very good. I like when you get some free attachments. Heirloom Blade, +3/+1. Whenever a equipped creature dies, you may reveal top card of your library until you reveal a creature card that shares creature type with it. So there'll be a cat. Put that card in your hand and the rest of the bottom of your library in a random order. So it's trying to get more creatures out. Herald's Horn, good for travel synergy. Life Crash's Bestiary, good for getting some scry action going on. Loxodon Warhammer, once again, plus, just good equipment all around. Not too bad. We got the Spike, get some Death Touch. Sword of Vengeance, gives us all those keyword abilities, really good there. Alms Collector, flash if an opponent would draw 2 or more cards. Instead, you and that player each draw a card. So, that's pretty good. Tajar Swordsmith. There's a battlefield. You may pay X. If you do, search the library for equipment card with converted mana cost X or less, and put it on the battlefield. So that would where you would probably use the hammer of Nasmin or something along those lines. Bland Wandering Knight. First strike has double strike as long as 2 or more equipments are attached to it. Attach all equipment to it. So you just throw, pay 2. Instantly all the equipment goes straight to it. It's good to go. Gets pretty sweet, pretty big. Not bad if you were to play an equipment deck with him as your leader. It's not a bad idea. We'll go on a Cosmic Goldmane, Legendary Creature Cat Warrior. When an attacking creature you control get +X/+2 turn, where X is number of attacking creatures. Not too bad. Pretty expensive for the activation cost though, but it's kind of a late game finisher. Return to Dust because I like returning to dust. Seth's Tiger, a little bit of flash action. The old Border from Future Sight, not too bad. There's Battlefield Gate Protection of color of your choice until end turn. So it's playing against this. If you're trying to counter a specific threat, not bad. Wrath of God, why not? Excuse me. Harmonize, you got to draw all those cards. Teamer Sabretooth, this one's pretty sweet. You may return another creature you control to its owner's hand. If you do, it gains indestructible. So just, if you got like ETB triggers, or if you're trying to save something specifically that's being attacked or being tried to remove, use Teamer Sabretooth back. Grappling, we got Grappling Hook, gets double strike. Yeah, pretty good, not bad. We hammer as Nasmin. This one's a good card in the deck. So if this hammer or another equipment enters battlefield under control, you may attach the equipment to a target creature you control, so you don't have to pay the equipment cost, and it gives it indestructible and +2/+0. So I definitely like that artifact equipment card there. We got Regal Caracal, just Cat Lord, make some cats. Hunter's Prowess, until end of turn, target creature gets +3/+3 and gets trample. And then allows you to draw cards. A little expensive. It's kind of a late game thing. We got the Slingers. Help us. It's basically like what is that card? Aura Shards. It's basically like Aura Shards, but cat specific. Traverse the Outer Lands, trying to get some basic lands up in this. We got Mirari's Wake. It's the old school art of Mirari's Wake. I definitely like that one. Vanquish Banner for the travel synergy. Felidus Sovereign to try to see if we can win the game out. So Vigilance Lifelink beginning of upkeep. If you have 40 or more life, you win the game. So if you play Felidus Sovereign, you kind of want to play it on a flash level, but I didn't include Vinoka Orrery in this deck. So it's more of like play it and hope you last the turn and hope your opponents don't kill you outright. But it's a way to win the game. Spirit of the Hearth, flying. You have Hexproof, Cat Spirit 4/5, not bad. Jared Leon Titan. It's a cat giant. When it blocks, it gets +7/+1 on turn, and it can gain protection of any color or of the color of your choice until end turn. So not bad. It's a very cheap. I think I have this in paper. I think I actually did pull this from a pack. I don't remember what pack I pulled it from because I don't think it was Onslaught, but I pulled it from a different pack. Jetits, I can't really say. It's like Ojidin of the Afaro. Yeah, Cat Warrior, Forest Walk. When it attacks or blocks, you create another Cat Warrior with Forest Walk. We got Nasmin, Revered Blacksmith, Cat Artificer. When enters battlefield, search library for an equipment card, reveal it. If you reveal the card, name Hammer of Nasmin. This way, put it in the battlefield. Otherwise, put the card in your hand, shuffle your library. When an equipped creature you control attacks, you may tap target creature defending player controls. So if you have 4 creatures that have equipments, you can tap up to 4 creatures because it's whenever unequipped creature you control attacks. So it's pretty sweet. Argentum Armor, and it gets +6/+6, and when equipped creature attacks, destroy target permanent. So Argentum Armor is, once you put it out there, it's pretty good. It's hard to fight against it. Kindred Summons, try to get as many cats as possible. Zendikar Resurgence, because we're trying to get as much land. And then we got White Sun Zenith, so that kind of rounds out the cat tribal. We're going to play at least one multiplayer game. We might play some single-player games. I'm not 100% sure. If you guys want to see more games on specific decks, feel free to leave a comment in the description or in the comment section below. And I hope you enjoy. Have a great day. Goodbye.